Hello everybody, once again, welcome back to Let's Play Dark Souls as this already lost sorcerer. I have fast traveled over to the Undead Parish so that I may do some critical upgrading from this guy.
Well, hello again. You seem to be doing all right. Need anything forged?
We're going to be giving our long sword one more upgrade here. First, I need to buy a couple of Titanite shards because I am low on them. Reinforce my longsword +4 into a +5, and now we can do something else to it. We'll show you in a second.
Don't get yourself killed. Neither of us want to see you go hollow.
Okay, so let's go on and fast travel back to the new Londo ruins. We'll visit an old friend of ours who I have shown you once before, but we couldn't do much with him, but we certainly can now.
Ah, hello. What weapons have you brought? Go on, show me.
So Rickert is, as I pointed out before, the only blacksmith who can upgrade our weapons into magic weapons, which means that they will start scaling with intelligence, which, if you recall, is something I dumped a whole crap load of points into. So we have enough green Titanite shards, so you need, I think, a total of 10, maybe 9 to get yourself to a +5.
Goodbye then. Keep your head on out there. You really help break the monotony.
Yeah, once you have either 9 or 10 green Titanite shards, you can get yourself a +5 magic weapon. And in this case, our magic longsword is markedly increased in its attack power. You can see my right weapon 1 there. It's up to 306. Oh, 307 now, after I gave it some upgrades. I wasn't paying attention enough to what it was before to say for sure. I should have taken a look at it. But no matter, I have another way of showing you guys how much more powerful it has become. In any event, I need to kindle this bonfire here because it's going to be very useful in either the next video or the video after that. I'm not sure quite what I'm going to do with that. So, anyhow, here's a quick demonstration. I'm going to backstab this guy. We'll see. This is before I got the magic longsword. Just did 196 damage there. That was with a longsword +5. Now with a magic longsword +5, bam, it's gone up to 447. Much more than double what it was previously. Anyway, one more fast travel later, I am back in the depths. And looking over here, you can see that the vendor that was here, Domnall of Xena, is now gone. Xena. He is actually moved on to, I believe, Firelink Shrine. So you can find him there underneath the bridge. But we are not going that way. We are now going a way that every fiber of my body is telling me to stay the hell away from. But I will not. I will boldly charge forward in the name of Let's Play into Blighttown from the horrible, horrible front way. And yeah, you can see, if you might recall being in this circular stone area, this is where I picked up a dragon scale. It's close to the bonfire at the very bottom. Of course, I can't just drop down because it's a very long fall and I will die. See, it's incredibly high up right now. You sort of can't see just how high up it is right now, but I assure you it's very high up. We meet more of these stupid cave trolls. You'll remember these folks from the Blighttown Valley of Drake's Tunnel, and they're just as annoying as they were before, though our sword is now much better equipped to deal with them. Can take either 2 backstabs or 6 regular slices, and that will take care of a cave troll. Or whatever they're supposed to be called. I think there's some sort of golem, actually, but whatever. They look enough like trolls from Harry Potter. So they are now trolls. And I've officially entered Blighttown. And you can point out the interesting lighting change that happens whenever you enter Blighttown. Everything gets very dark and green, and it's kind of ominous. Like maybe you should not be in this horrible area. It's filled with poison gas and swamps. And these stupid cave trolls. The cave trolls themselves are not so bad. It's just a combination of the enemies and this horrible maze-like layout that the level has that just makes it super frustrating to play, because as you will see repeatedly, I have no idea where I'm going. I've only gone along this path once before. I don't think I've ever done it without dying. I certainly don't do it this time, as much as I would like to. Backstab that guy. Just taking on these cave trolls one at a time is always actually kind of relaxing, because it is pretty easy to avoid taking damage from them as long as you're in a large enough space. And I don't think I even noticed the dung pie. I don't know why I'm collecting dung pies, because they're useless. Whatever. I am a collectophile. I always end up collecting things. And here we go. This is probably the main enemy of Blighttown. It's just these weird bird face-like guys. They look very similar to enemies that you can find in the Valley of Defilement in Demon Souls. Oh, maybe some of them take 3 strikes, and I'm being shot at. Yep, this is the other enemy. You remember our good friend, the toxic dart blowers? They are back, and they're just as annoying as they were before, but even more so because they're now everywhere and not just in one part of Blighttown that you can avoid if you want to. If you're going this way, you are not going to avoid the dart blowers, and you will have to take a couple of them out if you want to proceed without dying a lot. So, and up here comes another guy. One of the things that makes Blighttown going this way very frustrating is, Backstab takes care of them nicely, is the fact that these enemies, they're all over the place, but because there are so many paths lying around, they could come from any direction. At several points, I think I have somebody surprise me by coming up from behind. And that's never fun to just, you think you're fighting one guy, but yeah, hey, look at that right there. I have no idea where he came from, but I do know where he's going. Oh, where the hell? I don't know where these guys are coming from. Whatever. I just need to start moving more slowly and looking around. I think I end up exploring every path that I can in this particular video. If I don't, it is not because I am incompetent, it's because I didn't care. Because Blighttown is terrible. So we're down in this one particular way, and he's just sort of flailing about on the ground. And over here, I believe we have some hidden treasure. There are a lot of somewhat dead-endish paths around Blighttown that will lead you to various treasures. Here's one, a soul of a proud knight. I can pick up some good souls from that. I guess you'll be seeing where to get a lot of these treasures from watching this video. So, I don't know, if you have the inclination to get some things like the power within pyromancy, or maybe the Iaito sword. I'm pretty sure I grabbed both of those. I'll explain more about them as I come to them. But anyhow, those of you keeping score will realize that I've been in here for like 3 or 4 minutes and I've gone precisely nowhere because I'm just incredibly lost. And I keep feeling that if I go one way, I'm going to miss a thing. If I go another way, I'm going to miss a thing. Over here, and oh hey, check that out. It's our favorite friend, the guy stabbing me from behind. Let's repay the favor. Taken out easily. I love the strength that you get from a magic sword. I have to say that out of all the spells in my arsenal, Backstab is probably going to be my favorite. And down there, you can see one of the treasures, and jump! That is actually a much harder jump than it looks. I got really lucky doing that the first time, but I've died several times in the past trying to get this sword, the Iaito sword, which is a really handy sword that a lot of people seem to like. I may magic it up a bit. It doesn't really compare to a magic longsword +5, but that's just because it's unupgraded. If I went beyond its base stats, I'm sure it could serve me very well. A lot of people seem to like this sword. Anyhow, how the hell do I get down? I think I'm going to have to jump down and just hope that I land on actual something. Oh, yeah, I land on a torch. And, amazingly, I'm not dead. Anyhow, this is where we are led to the other Blighttown bonfire, which I activate immediately because I have no inclination of dying and starting all the way back in the depths. And I should be able to level up at this bonfire, but First, I need to use up some of these souls that I've been accidentally hoarding. I think I end up getting, I don't know, about 5,400 souls out of this. Yep, the Soul of a Proud Knight is 2,000 souls, 20 Oscars. Large Soul of a Proud Knight is 30 Oscars. Altogether, I got 54 more Oscars. So, what am I going to spend this on? I'm done upgrading intelligence for a little while. Just did dexterity and vitality, so endurance it is. Gives me a little bit larger of an equip load as well, and I'm always looking to upgrade my equipment these days. I think I will pick up a couple of armor sets here, and you'll see me fiddle with those a bit before the video is done. So, I consider moving forward. I'm pretty sure there are some places behind me that I could have gone to, but I don't seem to have noticed them, or maybe I'm just wrong. Like, once again, this place is a maze, and I hate navigating it, and so that is why I almost never try. There are a couple of cool things here, like the power within pyromancy is really useful. I know Epic Name Bro likes using that one. And here, it's a guy in a jar. Is he alive? He is alive. Usually those guys are dead when I roll. That is a nasty surprise, game. I see what you did there. Trying to build up expectations just so you can shatter them along with my dreams. So those guys are dead, and I can backtrack a little ways. And where is this going to take me to? Winding up area. Large Soul of a Nameless Soldier. What's really unnerving about this is, you know, one misstep while fighting one of these guys, and you just fall. And you probably die because you can't see it. I don't know if you can see it right now, but we are really high up in the air right now. And if you were in this particular area and tried looking down, yeah, you would be a bit nervous too. Like, it seems hard after seeing Blighttown from one direction to sort of think of it as being, you know, that separated vertically. But when you come over in this way and you just take a look down, which I might do in a little bit, you can see it really does expand vertically if you go the normal way. And so that's why falling down is a horrible thing. So what on earth is up here? It's like 3 more paths along this reverse back path that I took, and God only knows where they lead to. So what have I decided to do? I'm just gonna run around lost for a bit. Am I climbing? Yep, that's where I was before. Oh, I think where I was just then is that one of those curvy bridges that we came to right before the bonfire. Is where right before I jumped down to get to the Aedo, there was a curvy bridge that split into 2 paths, and I think that is where I was just then. Over there you can see a part of a bridge, not really a bridge, more like a, whatever it is, it's some kind of support beam for some enormous structure, probably the Firelink Shrine. And we want to get over there, but God only knows how we're going to get over there. You can see I'm having quite a bit of trouble. Over here, I'm pretty sure I saw myself a treasure in this general direction, but oh, there are more ladders. Do I go up? Do I go down? Where do I go? Oh, I pick up this guy's soul, and then I go back down. So, what is this way? It looks like another several paths. There's just so many branching paths, and oh wait, no, here we go. This is where I want it to be. This is part of that supporting bridge-like structure. And I could just go across, but I don't know if I do just yet. I want to backtrack a little bit. Here, I was really paranoid about making sure I explored every single part of the level, and right over there you can see this piece of treasure that is taunting me, and I don't exactly know how to get to it, but I have a suspicion that jumping over will do the trick. So yeah, if you haven't understood by now why I like going the other way more, then I don't know, we're playing 2 completely different games, I guess. It's just really hard to navigate, a lot more enemies. You can see there's over in the other direction you have more of those gigantic flies and the tiny flies, and those can be annoying in their own right because they have a good chance of poisoning you or burning you or whatever. And toxic is always something you want to avoid, but they're less likely to just straight knock you off the edge, which, you know, is just go ahead instant death. So, oh hey, there's another treasure over here. It's the Shadow armor set, which I guess will shadow me somewhat. And over here in more shadows is nah, nice try. Tried to hide the entire world in darkness, so I thought I would think that maybe there would be some land there if I stepped out, but nope. Nope, they were just trying to lead me to my deaths for no particular reason other than they're FromSoft and that's what they do. So, once again, I have become lost. I am error. Over here, I think I need to jump back off. Yep, there we go, rolling did the trick. Be wary of sniper. Oh, if you take a look up here, you can see that we are actually outdoors. It's really hard to notice because everything in Blighttown is so dark and gloomy, but yeah, we are actually outdoors. You can see the sun. It is shining down into Blighttown. Down here, you can see that down there, yep, that is actually the base of Blighttown where we were previously. It's all the way down there. So, yeah, Blighttown it's sort of misleading. It feels like some enormous indoor shantytown, but it's actually outdoors in the bright sun. And I am getting hit by darts. And now I have to fight a guy while being hit by darts. And those two dogs, for some reason, are dead. They're supposed to be not dead. I don't know why they died. I think eventually I die and come back through this area, and it turns out that they're still alive. I don't know why exactly they, didn't spawn as alive or whatever the hell happened. Whatever, my toxic levels are very dangerous, so I'm just gonna say forget it to that one dart blower and bring this guy over here. And that will finish him off. I always wonder when I go through this particular area how on earth it was built. It's so high up off the ground, made out of planks and stuff. I mean, it looks like some sort of, shanty town, some sort of poor swamp community, and they're only here because they had nowhere else to go. But no, this is kind of like an architectural marvel here. I mean, look at all the, intricate pathways and just how friggin' high up we are. I don't know. If I was up here, sitting on a girder eating my lunchbox and I ever looked down, that would just be it. I quit. I'm getting a new job. So, yeah, how on earth, who built this and how did they build it? It's a very impressive piece of work. And I am sick of being in it. I just want to get out and find my way to the... Oh, hey. There we go. The parasitic something or other. I forget the exact name. It's sort of a mini-boss, if there is one in this area. Here's the soul of a proud knight. We're going to go over to that guy in a minute and destroy it. It actually, at this point in our sorcerer life, it goes down particularly easy. Like does this guy. Plummeting to his death, so he's down, and this guy mysteriously came from nowhere. You may have noticed that one of my secondary methods of finding ladders is to just wait for an enemy to climb up it to try and kill me. Though, in this area, ladders really can be hard to find because, they're made of tiny little pieces of wood. Everything's made out of tiny little pieces of wood in this level, so you can just look for the torches. The torches generally mark ladders, so if you find one of those, you should be able to get down. If they didn't have those ladders there, I think it would be nearly impossible to navigate. That guy is dead, and which direction am I going to go in? Am I going to... Yep, I am heading towards the enormous wall leech thing. I'm pretty sure we saw this wall leech when we were climbing into Blighttown the normal way. Exploring a little bit here. Oh, hey, here's a ladder up there. But no, I'm going to go ahead and kill this guy first. No, I'm going to go down here. Large soul of a nameless soldier. And I think over that way is actually more level. Well, I'm rambling at this point now. We're going to kill this guy. We're going to use heavy soul arrows. We're going to take as many as it takes before this guy eventually lets go of the wall. Prepare for a long and arduous battle. I have no idea how much health this guy has, or could just be 3 arrows. Sure, that works too. So yeah, you probably saw that guy when you were climbing down Blighttown in the other direction, and this is how you get over here and kill him, and I just got hit with a toxic dart. And I don't know where it came from. It turns out it's coming right over from the left there. You can probably see it now. You probably saw it before I did. Because it's just, here on the video it shows up really clearly, but at the time I just could not see it at all. Anyway, this is the Pyromancy Power Within. Power Within can be a particularly useful pyromancy if you are trying to, you know, take care of bosses really quickly, say if you have a low defense build. And over here, I wander forward just a little bit. And for some reason, I must have been seeing a optical illusion. I mean, looking there in the video, anybody can clearly see that that leads down to more path, but somehow I just stopped short. I either forgot to go back to that path, or I convinced myself that that was like a dead end or something. I don't know what was going on there. I should have been exploring that particular pathway, but whatever, I eventually find my way out of here. Only takes me about 5 years. And over here is another pathway that this is actually not a critical pathway. I don't know if this leads to anything significant. It leads to another guy you can kill. But I think this just leads you back down to the parasitic leech thing. So, I don't know, if you haven't killed that thing yet, if you go down this path, you might run directly into its mouth-like thing. So, I don't know, don't take this path right away, just for the sake of safety. But I'm pretty sure it leads you down to the parasitic leechmonger and the Power Within pyromancy. Climb down. Yep, just this little path down here. This should look familiar. A bit of a dead end, that guy there who was carrying the pyromancy. So yep, it was just a big old loop-de-loop. So I'm going to go back and explore some other path. Anyway, the Power Within pyromancy. I was delaying talking about it. It's, if you cast it... Oh, hello. I guess a dart guy died. Good for me. If you cast the Power Within pyromancy, your health will slowly decrease over a period of time, but your strength greatly increases for the duration of the spell. So if you want to take out bosses really quickly, that is a good way to do it, just so long as you are actually taking out the bosses quickly and not just getting knocked around. Otherwise, it probably doesn't help you much. Slide down this super long ladder, and now, once again, I'm totally lost, because that sloping down path that I just passed by, I run right past it several times because I don't realize it actually leads me back down. So that's one of the things about Blighttown, is that the super strong shading in the distance, in distant areas that really not a very distant area will still look like pitch black to you. So it's hard to know where exactly you can go because all the paths are not clearly laid out before you. So you have to explore a bit more than you usually would. And as a result, I am going to take forever to figure out where I'm supposed to go. So down I go, still looking all around here, and I'm pretty sure at this point I've gone the wrong way a couple of times. I'm just gonna stand here for a bit, collect my thoughts, think about what I've done. Watch that torch flicker. Oh, I guess there is something a little bit this way. See, if you don't look around, then paths will just look invisible to you. You will never know that you could go over this way. And this is another of the goodies that you can pick up here in Blighttown, over in this direction. And here, I don't want to go off the edge and drop off there, but nope, surprise, you actually can't drop off the edge. There's actually a pillar there that you can't see because of the horrible Blighttown shading that goes on. So yeah, if I haven't expressed by now exactly why I hate Blighttown, it's because it's full of dart guys. It's a maze, and there's all sorts of paths you can go, and you can't always see all the paths you can go. So it has some nice goodies in here, like the Iaito and the Power Within. So there are certainly reasons to come by this way, but if you're playing like, you know, a warrior or something, and you're going for strength swords instead of dexterity swords, and you're not doing the whole pyromancy thing, then it's not particularly worth it. Just make sure that you have the you don't even need the master key to go in the other way. You just need to go through the Darkroot Garden, Darkroot Basin, and go through that one path through the Valley of Drakes, and you don't ever have to deal with any of this crap that I'm dealing with right now. So, do I eventually find my way around? Tune in 3 hours to find out. Nope, I think... Where am I going? So, yeah. That's why I don't go this way to Blighttown. But, I am still... Who lived here, is my question. In the Valley of... In Demon Souls, they had a really similar area called the Valley of Defilement. It was just full of a poison swamp, and all of the level structures where there was lots of vertical structures, and they were made with woods and planks, and even the enemies looked kind of similar. But that game has a bit more explanation to its story. And it says that, you know, just the people who lived there, they couldn't find other places to live, and so they gathered with Maiden Estrella, and she watched over them and protected them. And I finally found the way. And there's a cave troll in it. And so this guy should not be any trouble to deal with. I'll give him a quick backstab. Oh hey, it's another dude. And I get to do my favorite thing in Dark Souls, which is to fight 2 dudes. This guy should not be much trouble. There, he's down. And then I just need to finish that guy, and no! Oh, hell. That guy would not have been any trouble, but just by pure chance, I was knocked down to the 1 pixel that would kill me. And so here I am back again. And have I learned my lesson at all? Yeah, I think I have. I'm trying to lead up the one guy to just so I can just fight the one guy. But nope, the cave troll comes along too, because it turns out that the cave troll is blocking the other guy's path. So now I'm in an even narrower, more sketchy area, and I'm fighting 2 dudes. And this is just a recipe for complete hell and disaster. And, ooh, ow, oh, holy hell. I'm in big trouble now. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to die again at this point. I really need to take out at least one of these guys so that I can Estus in peace. Forget it, I'm just Estusing now. You can die. Alright, 1 cave troll I can deal with, I just need to watch my step. And, did I never backstab this guy? 1, 2, there. Now he's finally done. And I have avenged myself, and my reward is a dung pie. Delicious dung pie that will poison me if I use it. But I've already explained in a previous video why you might have an inclination to use a dung pie. Anyhow, we have finally found our way to a path that will take us downward, and we're back in this circular area again. Gonna find our way down real quick. And there's our good old friend, the White Light, which we have not seen in some time. It's been several videos since we saw a White Light. I don't think there were even any in the depths. Not even in the lower burg. Except for bosses. This would be the first one since then. So, here we are, and I've been tricked. Nope, there we go. Here is our ladder downwards. And now we are mostly just going to be heading straight down. So this is how we get from super high up all the way down to the base of Blighttown, is through a series of ladders. And we have one path that's leading back into the central cavern. We could go there. Or we could go over this way. I'm trying to decide which of these paths is the correct path and which one's the alternate. Oh, wow. Hello. And which one is the alternate path, so that I can make sure to explore everywhere and not leave anything out. So, I'm taking a gambit that this is the alternate path that will lead me to a delicious goodie. We'll see how well that works out. And nope, I can see the path downward to the base of Blighttown. So I think for now we are going to quickly turn around and explore that other direction, just to be sure that we don't leave anything out. Because if I'm going to explore Blighttown to this ridiculous degree, I am going to watch this guy's thing nod back and forth before I get every single treasure in here, just so I never have to do this again. That thing's just moving back and forth. What on earth is that? Anyhow, we're back in the central cavern, and it's nothing. I've been had. God damn it. Well, whatever. There's nothing here, at least as far as I know. Maybe I should have broken one of those pots to be sure, but I do not care enough. I want to get out of here. So, off we go in this direction. We are really close right now to the bottom of Blighttown, which means we're really close to the bonfire and to Quelog's domain. So, that will be very nice, and I've been had again. I cannot get up to the part where there is a ladder. You will see me try several times to get back up to the ladder, but there is no hope for me. At the time, this seemed like a bit of a dirty trick, because, of course, if I don't have a ladder to access, there's always the chance that I just have to fall some enormous way and I will die. But as it turns out, the ladder just leads itself right there, so I can just go ahead and walk down, and I don't even take any damage from the fall. But now I have to climb down and deal with a couple of these firebugs, and that's not going to be any... Oh god. There we go, I've finally been intoxicated. So, this is why I have these blooming purple moss clumps. They will take away my toxic. So, new agenda is to first take out this toxic dart blower guy, and then work on the other 2 firebugs that are nearby. Ooh, ow, I got hit with a dart, but it's okay, because there's no more dart blowers, I think, anywhere in Blighttown. And as I start to go the other direction, I get a suspicion that I have left a stone unturned. If you look around long enough, and yes, they have hidden the Wanderer armor set as well as a Falchion sword. And that Falchion sword we can use in combination with Quelog's soul to create a very cool sword. And that particular sword is one other reason why we want to really upgrade our dexterity. Just because, so we can use that sword better. So, dual benefits of dexterity. We can start wielding cool swords and have them be stronger. Curved swords, I think, mostly. Curved swords, katanas. Straight swords are more the realm of strength. Curved swords and katanas are their dexterity. Intelligence is sorceries. Faith is divine weaponry and miracles. And these guys, they have trapped themselves behind the ladder, but they are still kill-tacular. They can still kill me, most likely. So we're going to go ahead and try and take them out before they can damage me, and inexplicably I do that. I'm pretty sure that last plume of fire should have killed me if this game were not totally unfair in both directions sometimes. And now I've got these mosquito things that are trying to climb up from the bottom. Mosquitoes. You know what, forget it. Forget the mosquitoes, I don't care. I'll just run by them. I'm just gonna make haste for the bonfire, because I'm nearly at the bottom. Or, okay, the mosquitoes could just come and find me. Whatever, I'll take them on. I cast Soul Arrow, and it goes down instantly. So, you can see the ground is right there, which is very fortunate. I'm very happy. For once, I am happy to see the poison swamp, because it means that a bonfire is near and I can stop making this video soon. And I cast Sword. It's super effective. I cast Sword again, and that takes care of those enemies. And now I get to wander through the poison swamp, and I don't know if there's any way to actually get back to the bonfire without being poisoned. And cool, I got a drop on that guy. And yep, there I go, I'm poisoned, but as we covered before, poison is not as big a deal as the game probably wants you to think it is. Your health decreases really slowly, and you can go for a long time while being poisoned without actually dying. Just so long as you are not fighting a boss, it's not going to be a huge deal. So just, you know, running while being poisoned is no big deal. And right now I'm trying to fight some guys, and I'm taking damage, and I realize, you know what, just forget it. I'm getting the hell out of Lagtown, and I'm going to the fire. You've probably noticed there is some lag in this area. That's not me, that's Blighttown. Blighttown lags a bunch. It's what it does. It's famous for its lag, partially. I know that in the PC version, some of that was fixed, which is good to see. But for now, you know, you just deal with it. It's one of the problems with this horrible area. And as much as I would like to say that this video is the last time I'm going to enter Blighttown, I don't think it will be. Either I will leave and come back, or I will stay and go to the remaining interesting thing that you get to by going through the Poison Swamp, which is the Great Hollow and Ash Lake. you may have noticed an enormous tree at some point. It's the tree that I think goes most of the way through Lordran, and it culminates down at the very, very bottom of Lordran in Ash Lake, which is the lowest part. And so normally I don't go there so early because there is kind of a pain mini-boss that's hard to deal with unless you have like a long-range weapon, like maybe a longbow. What I might do in between videos is get myself a magic longbow +5, then come back down and take on the Great Hollow in Ash Lake. It's just so we can get all of the Blighttown out of the way once and for all, and you can see everything more or less in its proper context. Though, to be honest, I would not normally recommend going to the Great Hollow in Ash Lake so early, just because, you know, it's easier to deal with the physical layout of that level and the enemies. Like, combination of the physical layout of the level and the enemies makes the level kind of a pain. And so I usually just deal with it like at the very end of the game. It's one of the last areas I go to. But this time I'm doing everything backwards. Like here, I am poisoned and I don't care. I am just getting the hell out of here and I'm running to Quelaag's domain. And you may wonder what exactly we're doing back in Quelaag's domain, because as we all know, Quelaag is dead. Amazing chest ahead, you'll see a lot of these. So what else is there to see? Like, there is, in this place, there is access to the Demon Ruins, which is a level, an area. I keep saying level, and I feel sort of bad for saying level, because it's sort of, I don't know, it's sort of hard to put into words, but it makes it feel more like it strikes me that, you know, Mario has levels, but Dark Souls just has areas. It's like, you know, some place that you complete and then you don't think about it again, but I don't know. I like to think of Lordran as one large organic world, and you will be going through some places several times. But, you know, to be fair, there is an end boss at every one, and, you know, once you have completed a boss, then, you know, there are some things that don't happen anymore. You don't get invaded, for one thing, which is a very useful thing. So, you know, you can certainly complete an area in that regard. So maybe it is sort of like levels, but I feel it sort of cheapens the effort that From Software put into this enormous, amazing world. In any case, there is a thing down here. It's not this thing. Liar, it says. It is a liar. That's not a thing, that's a lie. Over here, we have a hidden path, and it leads us to this fellow down here. What has he got to say? Good sir, what are you doing here?
Oh dear, what have we here? Are you a new servant? But you have no eggs. Ah, no matter. Go along and have audience with our fair lady. I pray that you will mind your manners.
So there's this guy, Ingui, and he's covered with eggs, and there's a bonfire over there, and he's moving really slowly. I'm kind of poisoned here. I could use a hand. Need kicking, not a terrible idea. So I'm going to heal myself up real quick at this bonfire. I can give myself... No, I can't give myself a level, but I can upgrade my equipment. No, I can't upgrade my equipment either. I can repair my equipment. I can't speak. That's what I can't do. So, now that I am at a bonfire, I am going to quickly, check out the different helms and other things that I can put on. I can do a little bit of a wardrobe change here. I don't think it's a huge difference, but I do look a little weird at the end of it, I think. I don't know, mixing and matching outfits is in Dark Souls. I had a friend who described the later part of Dark Souls as an enhanced Barbie simulator, and I can sort of see that because of the way you can mix and match equipment, and it's like you end up not... Eventually you end up not just thinking of it from a stat standpoint, but also from a does my guy look like a complete idiot standpoint. I found myself eventually looking at one point, the top part of a skirt and the bottom part of like a waistcloth, and it went together really well. The stats looked great, but one of them was red and one was blue, And I'm like, wow, those really clash, and oh god, I've turned into one of those people. Anyway, over here, we have another spider woman who is mysteriously not trying to kill me. This is the Fair Lady, who is the sister of Quelaag. And she is a firekeeper, so she can reinforce your Estus Flask. She also has her own personal covenant, where you can try and give her humanity, and that unlocks certain things along the way. I'll elaborate more on this in the future. You can't talk to her, because she doesn't speak your language. But there is a ring that I look for here. I don't have it. A ring that will let you speak to her, or speak in her language. So you can learn a bit more about her and the sad story of Quelaag. Both the Fair Lady and Quelaag are daughters of the Witch of Izalith, who they were among the Daughters of Chaos, who you saw in the intro to the game. So that's some info about them right there.
Are you prepared to dedicate yourself to our fair lady? Then I will make available whatever you require. If you need something, ask me first.
Later in the game, I will end up running into a character who talks a bit more about the Daughters of Chaos and the Witch of Izalith. For now, Ingwe, he sort of handles some of the Covenant stuff, and he also has some pyromancies on hand that we can check out. Not right now. I don't have enough souls or awesomeness for that, but we'll see him eventually, I hope.
There is no time for idle chat. Think only of our fair lady and what she may need.
So yeah, you can pick up some pyromancies from him. You can also get some egg-related stuff. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any egg-related things. That's sort of hard to say. I don't know. I'll figure out eventually what I'm going to be doing with this LP as I go along. But for now, I'm closing in on 3/4 of an hour, so I think I will probably stop this for now. I don't know where I'm going to be going after this. Either I'm going to be going through the Great Hollow and Ash Lake, or I'm just going to proceed right to Sen's Fortress. I will have to figure that out some point. At this point, it's leaning towards the Great Hollow just because I don't want to have to run around between Blighttown more than I have to. But, you know, that's something I'll figure out in a bit. You can see right here I'm being indecisive as to what I want to do. Do I go back to place X, or do I stay here in place Y? Whatever. But anyhow, in the next video, I will be some different place, and you will see different things. So, I'll see you guys then. Have a good one.